It's something many of us have done with a family member or a friend living far away, using Skype to keep in touch. Normally, we walk away from our computers with a smile on our face, a connection made, a story to tell. But we promise you, it's not this story. It involves a woman in the Philippines, her brother in Sacramento, and a stroke. Ananda Rachita and the love of family 7,000 miles away.
This is where Leanna Agustin spends most of her mornings.
You have to stress this.
And nights.
I won't get tired of taking care of you.
Thank you.
Her brother Melross Agustin had a stroke 6 months ago. They were both talking to each other on Skype when it happened.
No one's ever saw him but me. But his coworker came and then she was yelling. I was so scared. She was yelling, "What happened to you? Should I call 911?" I was like, "Don't ask him, just call 911 right away."
She immediately left everything behind in the Philippines.
I show this to him all the time, so it'll make him happy.
To come to Sacramento and take care of her only sibling, who doctors at the time said wouldn't make it.
When he first saw me, when he came here, he was just staring at me, and he wrote down, "I think I'm dreaming that you're here." So heartbreaking because I should have decided before to come here and help him out.
She didn't have a plan.
I only have 2 shirts and 2 pair of pants when I got here. I didn't even think where am I gonna stay, where I'm gonna eat.
She also didn't have a car and used Lyft to get around. That's how she met Jan Kruger.
We just could not believe this 25-year-old girl has been able to navigate being in the U.S. all alone.
After hearing Leanna's story, Kruger got her friends together.
So we all banded together and agreed that we have to do something for her. And so we've been collecting donations. We set up a GoFundMe account.
Someone else heard about Leanna's story and offered her a job.
The nurse from the ICU offered me a job as a caregiver. Yeah, take care of older people that has mental disabilities.
But it doesn't end there. We wanted to surprise Leanna after all the sacrifices she's made.
Hi, honey. Big hugs. Oh, how are you?
We picked her up at the hospital where her brother is staying. What she didn't know was back at her house, people throughout the Sacramento community are waiting to surprise her with gifts they've been collecting for her.
That's just a red car. Oh no, that's them.
Some of these people haven't even met Leanna, but were so moved by her story.
Hi guys.
We are here to show lift love. How are you?
Good, I'm great. I'm doing great.
Good, good.
Leanna says she'll stay here in Sacramento until her brother is able to take care of himself. He's slowly recovering and is able to say a few words of gratitude.
I love you so much.
I love you too, Kuya. Yeah.
Ananda joins us now. How's he doing?
He's doing well, and they're saying that it's because of his sister's love that he's able to recover so well these past 6 months.
This is just an amazing story of these strangers coming together for this woman and her brother. What was it like to be there in the room with them and be at the hospital with all of these people?
It was amazing just because the brother isn't doing too well and everyone is just coming together, and it just started with one Lyft driver and it just the story spreading beyond that.
Oh, that's beautiful. All right. Thank you, Ananda. This has exploded on social media. Most people are reacting with disgust. Documented domestic violence cases, a professional athlete, the punishment, a slap on the wrist. Here's Pierre Nugent.
It's a story that has many of you voicing outrage on social media. When it comes to players being involved in domestic violence incidents, the National Football League just can't get it right. The latest incident involving New York Giants place kicker Josh Brown. By his own admission in letter documents obtained by the media, Brown states that he physically, verbally, and emotionally abused his now ex-wife Molly during their time together. Team owner John Mara told WFAN in New York, quote, "Certainly he admitted to us that he abused his wife," end quote. What did Brown receive after the NFL concluded its investigation? A measly 1-game suspension. The league claims it didn't receive full cooperation from the King County Sheriff's Office in Washington and said the documents released within the last 48 hours were not available to them when they conducted their investigation. Yet a copy of Josh and Molly's divorce record was easily obtained by media outlets like Deadspin, and the NFL still maintains that they couldn't obtain all of the necessary information. If it wasn't such a serious matter, that excuse would be comical. The Giants have a game in London this week. They left Brown behind after this news broke, and his future with the team is uncertain. During the month of October, the NFL honors Breast Cancer Awareness Month by having players and officials wear pink in order to raise awareness. It may look like they're concerned with issues regarding women, but I bet if you ask Josh Brown's ex-wife Molly, she may have a different opinion. She was abused. Her ex-husband got a 1-game suspension. 1 game. The NFL, once again, dropping the ball when it comes to domestic violence.
Monica joins us now. I know we got a record amount of rainfall last weekend, another system on the way, but you got a new outlook on the drought and the winter forecast.
A lot of folks are wondering about this. So what did that weekend rain do for us? And not surprisingly, for Northern California, extreme Northwest California, we did pretty well. In fact, no drought considerations right now for the conditions there. But as we travel southward, exceptional drought continues for a good chunk of the southern part of the state. And when we look at the outlook heading into the winter season, we're expected not only to persist with that drought, but actually intensify the drought. That's putting us in a really tough position. And here's the catch. We're now heading into a weak La Nina. That was determined last week. It's been kind of bouncing around. What is La Nina? Well, we look to the equatorial Pacific once again, right where we looked for El Nino. But La Nina is cooler waters in that region. Now, normally we talked last year about how El Nino would bring us robust rain. Didn't quite pan out totally for California, but weak La Nina is expected to continue from October through February. So here is what in the past it has meant for California. Out of 10 years, there's only been 3 with above average precipitation. That puts us in this pie chart with 70% of weak La Ninas being drier than normal, only 30% of those being wetter than normal. NOAA came out with their predictions for today, and they're saying looks like that is indeed going to happen. For the winter season, we are looking drier than average for much of Southern California and the Southwest, which could actually enter into a drought situation. And then we'll also be on the warmer side. So even the rain and the snow that we get might be higher elevation rain and snow. We've got some more on the way. Not surprising. It's going to hit Northern California. I know I've heard from a lot of you saying this is a Southern California issue, not a Northern California issue. The debate continues. Christina.
Well, what was supposed to be a night of jokes turned into, well, a night of insults. Emily's here on the news desk now with more on that.
Yeah, some uncomfortable moments where it was supposed to be funny, and I was watching from all the way across the country on a computer screen. I can only imagine what it was like in the room. There were some laughs tonight at the Al Smith dinner, but also some boos. The dinner in New York raises money for Catholic charities. Presidential candidates have shown up for the event for decades, and it's supposed to be just a lighthearted roast where the presidential candidates take jabs at themselves and even each other, but portions of tonight's event, not so lighthearted.
Donald wanted me drug tested before last night's debate. And look, I got to tell you, I am so flattered that Donald thought I used some sort of performance enhancer. Now, actually, I did. It's called preparation.
Hillary believes that it's vital to deceive the people by having one public policy and a totally different policy in private. That's okay. I don't know who they're angry at, Hillary, you're right. For example, here she is tonight in public, pretending not to hate Catholics.
And you can hear the reaction from the crowd. There are some uncomfortable moments, painful at times, but also some funny moments. I was laughing out loud a few times in the newsroom as they were taking some jabs at themselves and each other, but a tense night overall. And I don't know that they were expecting it to be that tense, but you can think for those candidates after some of those heated debates, it might be nice to kind of let something off your shoulders a little bit.
Well, you would think as many people as he knows in entertainment, he could have called a few of them up and said, hey, can you help me write some jokes?
Yeah.
All right, some cringeworthy moments, but thank you very much, Emily. Well, so many people don't find anything funny about this ugly election. Seems like across the country, people are downright angry. So if you find yourself spitting mad, here's some advice that could help from founding father Thomas Jefferson. He said, when angry, count to 10 before you speak. He went on to say, if you're very angry, count to 100. Well, our friends to the north are also doing their part to lift our spirits. Canadians have something they want us to hear, and more than 1 million people have now checked out these messages on YouTube.
Hi, America.
What's up, America? Hey, guys. We're just up here in Canada talking about how great you guys are down there, and we thought we'd just send you a little bit of a love note.
We're big fans. We like you guys. We know you've got some really big decisions to make. But as you're thinking about your future, we just want you to know that
You guys are great.
you really are great. You invented the...
Those Canadians, so nice, so polite. Oh, Canada, we love you too. Well, there are no shrews in this next story, but there sure is a lot of taming. One Citrus Heights man's life's work has been taming bees. This story gets even more awesome. You may have even seen some of his work in Hollywood. Films like Fried Green Tomatoes and My Girl. Before retirement, the 83-year-old often covered himself in bees while charming them with his clarinet. Here's John Bartell with Norman Gary's last show.
You wouldn't know it by the sound of things. But behind this fence is the biggest ladies' man in Citrus Heights.
There you go, girls.
Meet Norman Gary.
I seduced them with a much richer food source.
Also known as the Bee Charmer. You've probably seen his work in movies.
My Girl, Macaulay Culkin.
He's also done this one.
Fried Green Tomatoes, yeah.
And this one.
Chevy Chase! Yeah.
He's also met hundreds of actors.
Johnny Carson, Jay Leno, Macaulay Culkin, Mary Stuart Masterson, Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Norman started beekeeping back in 1947. Eventually, he became a professor at UC Davis. During the day, he worked with insects. In his off time, he created a sideshow where he played sweet music to honeybees.
Here are a couple of my albums.
Norman's talent eventually got noticed by the Guinness Book of World Records when he piled more than 87 pounds of bees on a human.
I got this guy to stand in, and I did all the rest of the work, and they gave him the Guinness Prize.
Norman's a little bitter about that, but he still holds the record for most bees fit in a human mouth.
109 bees.
The 83-year-old hung up his bee hat a few years ago, but he still trains wild bees in his backyard.
Okay, try not to spill it.
Yeah, so Norm thought it would be fun to put some nectar on my hand and then take a break.
All right, I'll just wait here, I guess.
Yeah, you didn't have no choice.
I'm not sure that the bees liked the way that I was feeding them. But luckily, Norm came back for an encore.
Well, if you want to watch Norman play his music, he'll be at the Straw Hat Pizza in Fair Oaks, November 16th at 6:30. John Bartell, ABC 10 News.
Oh, bees in the mouth. That was tough to watch. This is Late News Tonight on the ABC 10 Information Network. What does a hugging sloth, a 12-year-old obsessed Beatles fan, and a very public display of weight loss have in common? Nothing, except they're topics that don't suck. Here's Marcus Allen and Megan Tellis.
Despite all the bad news, it's good to know that not everything sucked.
We have three things we're going to talk about. The very first one, Miss Haley Smith out of Amarillo, Texas, right?
I love
so
this.
She got engaged over a year ago. She was really dissatisfied with the way she looked in the pictures. As a female, we can relate. We're never happy, so I totally get it.
Sure.
So she said, you know what? I'm going to stick to 2 new habits each and every month until my wedding. The girl killed it. Here's a before and after picture.
Oh my goodness.
She has lost more than 100 pounds. She is so happy. These photos have gone viral because she's saying, you know what? It's not a magic pill.
Sure.
It's sticking to a routine that works for you. So that doesn't suck. Good job, Haley, and mwah, congratulations on the
work.
wedding.
I thought you looked great before, but
Yeah.
I do like the hot aerial. All right, number 2. And you might be saying, oh, look at you. You're just using this as a platform to show your sloth video. Yes. Like everybody else, I'm a sucker for sloth. And look at this one. The lady taunting the sloth with a flower. The sloth wants nothing to do with the flower. Essentially, if you watch it long enough, and believe me, with sloth videos, they do go on.
They drag.
It just wants a hug. Can I go? Permission to go in for a sloth hug?
Okay. So awkward. It's
And then it
kinda
comes in.
creepy,
Then it
the
comes in with the
nails.
legs and the.
Yeah. Okay. No.
All right.
We're good.
All
We're
right.
good.
HR, we won't be needing you today. All right, on to number 3.
Third and final. Remember little Miss Tatum?
Yeah?
She's that 12-year-old Beatlemania girl who had a chance to meet Sir Paul McCartney.
I was there at the G1 Center. She got pulled up on stage.
Luckiest girl in the world until, get this, she now had a chance to meet Ringo Starr. 2 Beatles in what, less than 2 months?
Most people only get 1 Beatle in a
Yeah.
lifetime, if even.
Ah, that's amazing. And she got to write about her experience for the American Girl magazine, which is one of my favorite brands growing up. So she's living my dream. You're my hero, Tatum.
Why am I not shocked that you had a doll that looked just like you? What was your American Girl doll name?
Samantha.
What? My doll was named Samantha too.
Shut up.
Maybe my Samantha could play with your Samantha sometime.
And then they can be friends. Then we can be friends.
Yeah, we're your friends. Check us out every weekday morning.
Morning Blend.
All right, let's talk to Monica now. It has been picture perfect, sunshiny days. I would just love if we could stay like this.
Well,
for
we
the
will
rest of
for
the season.
another day.
Okay.
And tonight, because of the clear skies, this is just great because the Orionid meteor shower is happening. It's peaking tonight and Friday with pieces of the Halley's Comet, so about 15 to 20 per hour with speeds over 148,000 miles per hour. One place that you'll be able to see those is going to be up at Tahoe. This was Tahoe Tonight, submitted by our own Jean Marie. We love Jean Marie. Thanks so much for sending it in. WeatherForce@abc10.com. Hit us up at hashtag WXForce10 on Twitter and Instagram as well. Well, as for tonight, it's absolutely spectacular out there. Clear skies. If you get a chance to just peek outside and see some of those meteors, 56 degrees right now. Calm winds tomorrow. Great looking Friday forecast. Plenty of sunshine and highs right around the upper 70s, very close to where we were for today. And that's because of this big ridge of high pressure. Here comes the low, though. We're tracking it through the weekend, and it's going to kind of carve out that jet stream, pushing its way south towards us by the time we get to early next week. That's going to give us a chance of showers both Monday and Tuesday in the forecast. In the meantime, it's cool tonight in Tahoe, right around 24 to 30 degrees. Highs will warm into the 60s, and we'll stay warm for tomorrow, but there's that dip in temperatures down into the 50s next week as we expect the onset of some showers with rain and snow up there. 70 for San Francisco for tomorrow. Sunshine. 78 for Antioch and Fairfield. 81 for Manteca, and traveling north will get to right around 80 degrees again for tomorrow afternoon. On to your 10-day planner. We're expecting those showers to start up early next week, and they're in there through the next weekend. Christina.
All right. Thank you very much, Monica. More late news tonight coming up.
Follow is where we want you to share pictures and video of things that you think are interesting or just fun and need to be in the news. In this case, it's an incredible play from a girls' volleyball game between St. Francis High and Elk Grove High School, and these ladies could slam that ball. That's Aubrey Kenny right there with a headshot, and then Catherine Kramer with a one-handed save to keep the ball in play, and St. Francis actually goes on to score the point. Aubrey was okay, even though that headshot was kind of a nasty blow. That has taken one for the team, but headshots are okay in high school volleyball. Elk Grove High won that game in 5 sets, and again, Aubrey was okay, but that was quite a play. Once again, if you see something that belongs in the news that we missed, or you want to send in a video question or comment, email those pictures and video clips to follow, F-O-L-O, follow at abc10.com.
Well, Pierre, UFC fans may soon get the fight they've been asking for.
Yeah, Christina. Yeah, Team Alpha Male's Cody Garbrandt maybe getting the title shot he's been waiting for. Garbrandt has been hounding bantamweight champion Dominic Cruz for a shot at the belt, and some reports say he's going to get his wish.
He's to stop talking if he knows what's best for him, because that just fuels the fire for me. So he wants to keep talking. I'm just all right, I'll remember that. And then, like I said, I'm going to break his jaw. Cruz is going to get it. You know, Cruz wants to, antagonize me in the media. You know, he's going to eat every one of his words. Waiting for him to open up.
That's just a sample of the comments we've heard from Cody Garbrandt calling